Flosstube, this is Barb with Lost in Floss. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch with a few other things thrown in. Although not today, it's pretty much 100% cross stitch. So sit back. I don't know how long this is going to be. I have a couple FOs, a couple FFOs, a new start, and you're not going to believe where I'm at with one of my projects. I'm just going to put that out there because I'm pretty amazed myself. So, jibber jabber at the end. But before I go any further, there was a couple things that I wanted to mention. Last video I talked about using two-sided tape and what an issue it was for me to get it separated, and several people suggested using a pin or a needle to separate the two layers. Oh my gosh, it's like night and day. So I thank you 1,000 times because I would get it so twisted up and it was just a hot mess. So I really appreciate your suggestions and the fact we can all learn something new from our fellow stitchers. It's awesome. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I wanted to mention that tomorrow is a very special day. It marks 7 years of the existence of Lost in Floss. Things look totally different than they were. I can only imagine where things would have been, had Leanne not passed away. But she's such a joy to have as a friend, and I think by continuing to do the videos, it just makes me still feel her presence, and I think that's one of the primary reasons I continue on. So 7 years, and it's hard to even believe. We had so much fun with it and wanted to do something different for our first video. So if you are new to the channel, you might want to take a look at video 1, Lost in Floss. If I do say so myself, it gives me a chuckle. I haven't watched it in a number of years, but I know people still comment on it to me. So it's just lighthearted and fun, and hope you enjoy. Every year, my local stitch group gathers together for a special day to honor not only Leanne, but other stitchers and crafters and special friends that we've lost. And the only thing that's special about it really is there's a new start. And I always show mine on Instagram, as do others, using the hashtag Leanne's Legacy. And that's what we call the day. And it's just, she was really responsible for getting our stitch group going. And, I think of the friendships that have been made over the years because of her initiative on getting the group started. So it means a lot to me. For those of you who join in, starting something special can be anything. I've tended to choose a fall project because each year I should see if I can gather together the ones that I've done over the years now. They're starting to, add up. I don't think I started the first one in 2021, so 21, 22, 20. I have 4 of them so far, and I'll be starting a new one this year at our Stitch Day. Previously, I would start on her birthday, which is the 24th, but now I just think, you know, any time in the month of August is fine. It doesn't have to be a specific day. But if you care to join in the fun, just use that hashtag and post some pictures on Instagram. I decided, and I've showed this before, but I'm going to be stitching We Gather Together by The Proper Stitcher. And I got this kitted up at Country Sampler, Spring Green, Wisconsin. So it's their conversion. I realize I'm kind of far back, but I haven't put these on a ring yet. But my friend Donna is also going to be starting this one on that day. She's Shack Stitcher. And that means the world to me. We've just bonded over the loss of our special friends, and she's just like a breath of fresh air. So yeah, so I'm anxious to see what others will pick out and join in. It's fun. So what have I been stitching on? I took out Land That I Love. I am doing the 25 for the 250th sale, and so I'm not doing 25 new starts. I'm counting in some of the ones that I've already started that I want to continue on. So I hope my board's not going to be too big. As many of you have done, I've started to make a project board so I can just hang these up. But I finished up this motif, and then I moved along and finished out the row except for the S, which is in blue. And then I started the eagle wing. So this is such a fun stitch. Did I show you the chart? I don't think I did. I'm using the called for colors, and I'm stitching on 36 count barley. Anytime I see someone stitching this, it's just, I just love it. There's just no way around it. It's going to be an awesome piece. Yeah, I'm going to be... I don't think I'm going to be able to use this board because it's way too big. Well, maybe I can turn it sideways. This piece was big. So, and sorry for the zippering, but if I don't do that, everything will get goofed up. So another favorite is Summer Trio by Brenda Gervais. And someone commented that I don't leave my charts up long enough, so I'm trying to do it so everyone can see. And I actually started on the third one, just a tiny little bit, but enough to say I'm started. And so we have that tiny little start, but that means I finished the bird. So I'm going to make him into a little pillow to coordinate with the first one I did. I was going to count him because I was thinking I'm going to do summer and patriotic in the 25, but I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I guess maybe I'll put it in, and then if I happen to get up to 25 another way, I'll take them out. Oh, and now, oops, this was a project bag Leanne made. So I always have to have something patriotic in. And I'm sorry I forgot the names. I can put it in the show notes. But there's two floss tubers who are doing a sale for Stars and Stripes. This is a combined chart by Plum Street Samplers and Shakespeare Peddler. So there's 3 little pillows. I started on the stars one already. And I got this out. These are going to be bigger than I was thinking. Like, I was picturing them as little pillows. But, oops. I don't think that's going to be the case. I have this piece of mystery linen. And so I finished the stars. I'm using white just to make it pop a little bit. And I've got the bunting going across the top. So I feel like, I mean, obviously, this is a lot of stitching. I mean, you look at that, the barn itself. Oh no, not another barn. But it'll be worth it. And I'm not sure if I'm joining the sale or not because I've got a lot of stuff going. But I'm going to keep plugging away at it. This one, I had a mistake. So I had to figure out where it was. Once I found it, like, how obvious could that be? This is Keeping Tradition. I think it's a chart from Belgium called the Red Sampler. I got it at a cross-stitch rummage sale. So I don't know if you'd be able to find it or not, but I'm using Mariska's Red by X Jude Design, which is just a beautiful variegated red. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Winter's Brew. And I got quite a few more of the letters done. This is another one it's a fun stitch. Well, some things are fun and some things aren't, but yeah, I love the way it looks, so it just will keep me going on that. This was from last fall's Door County Farm Girl Amana Colony Retreat by Shakespeare Peddler, and it's Peace on Earth. And so Teresa kitted this all up for us. And I know numerous times she's been asked, and I believe she said it's going to be coming out this fall sometime. So I don't think I'm going to have this done for Christmas, but I've been working on tuck pointing the bricks, and so I keep plugging away. But I think once I have the house brick part done, it's going to go a lot quicker. But it's a beautiful chart, and you know, just the memory of being there was just fun. The Hotel Millwright is a really beautiful place for a retreat. Then I have another FO. As many know, watch regularly, when I leave the state of Wisconsin, I start a new Prairie Schooler Santa. And so I finished up, let's see, 2001, which is this partridge in a pear tree. So he's ready to make into an ornament. And then I've been working a little bit more on one of the ones I started in Portugal. And I don't have the year handy, but I'm making some progress on him. And I have, let's see, I think I did one row of red across on this guy. So he has feet in the bottom row of his coat. In addition to these three, I have a couple more started on a different piece of fabric. So just keep plugging away, and I'm hoping, let's see, I have two totally finished, and I definitely want to get 2025 done, so I'll at least have 3. Oh, this is the one that I'm working on. Little fish, he's adorable. Okay, it's like things going this way and that way. Let's just shove it in. All right. Florence Mary Dickinson, by Hands Across the Sea. This was gifted to me by Valerie, Stitching in the Barn. And thank goodness Lisa from Instagram, my stitch friend. I'll just hold it up, I won't show the chart. But this is what the chart looks like all together. So this has been the saving grace for me, because these little pages, it's too much back and forth for me. So last time I showed this, I realized I had stuff over in the main motif that I hadn't stitched in. So I went over there. Let's see, can I use my board for this? I'm gonna have to trim this. Whoopsie, trim this down. But it does work rather nicely, doesn't it? But I can't see if I'm even showing it. Okay, so the center motif, I think now is done. And then I started on this part over here. And this is using the called for 100.3 silks. Is that what they are? I don't know. Yes. 100.3. It sounds like a radio station. But this is beautiful. I just want to keep going on it. And now that I have the big master chart, it is much, much easier. So that's one of my everyday pieces that I'm enjoying working on. I'm just throwing these on the floor if you hear me thump the thump. Gathering the Green Sampler, Stacy Nash Primitives. I bought this as a kit at Country Sampler. And I thought it was so beautiful. And I still do. But it's a lot of stitching. And I've been trying to finish off the bottom, like, border. But holy moly, that's not quick either. But the house is done. And I'll just keep spending time on it. I don't really have a plan for when it's going to be done, so we'll see. As I always say, we'll see. What is this? Oh, this one I worked on a tiny little bit. Beth from my stitch group stitched this and had it framed in the most beautiful ornate frame. And I want to get it done and do the same thing. So I've got my reindeer in, and I'm working on the top part. That's very sweet. Like dancing reindeer, red and green. It's everything I like. To keep putting these things back, because when I didn't used to do that, oh boy, it became a disaster. This one I started this morning, and I think this might be vintage metal rue, maybe 36 count. I'm not sure, but it's called American Eagle by Threadworks Primitive. I've always loved this one. And with two colors, I think it probably won't be awful. But I started on the right-hand side at the top, and I've got two little stars. But it's nice because there's a little running stitch in between, and so I should check. Know that I have sunlight coming in, but I don't think that you'll be able to see that from the front. So I am going to carry my thread. So that will be added to 25 and 250. I really need to make some more project bags, because I've got things like in Ziploc bags. And oh, this one I've always loved, of Teresa Koket's Let Freedom Ring. And I have no idea what I'm stitching this on. I just am picking, oh here, oh no, all I know is it's 36 count. But I'm picking out my own colors, and so I just have a little start. And the start of the flag going into the star that's within her dress. It's a fun one, and hopefully it won't take me forever. I have it in a Halloween bag. Oh boy. Okay, and this one I just worked on again this morning, and it's another Teresa Koket, Remember Me. And I had counting errors on this big time, so I had to do quite a bit of ripping, and I have no idea what this fabric is. I have to go back and watch my old video, and maybe I can figure it out. It's pretty. Whatever it is. So I'm almost done. I think I'm done with the like the extra little bricks on the house, and so now I can fill in the background, and I might leave the roof fill in for a little while so I can make some more progress on fun stuff. And that border, I mean, oh my gosh, it just make you dizzy. But I just think that's just spectacular. So can't wait to work on that one. All right. So, I promised you some excitement, and I think I will just blow you away with this one. So, I am stitching this Gold Collection Dimensions rooftop Santa stocking for my son-in-law, and it is my goal to get it done for Christmas this year. So, last time, Santa didn't even have a head, and this time, he almost has a full backpack. Look at that. Look at, isn't he cute? He's got his backpack, a wicker backpack. It's got like a house in it already. I've got the holly done. So I'm amazed that I got as far as I did. Like, I was working on him up north, and I'm looking for the chart. So, I mean, there's things like all that stuff in the backpack, and then I have to do is it the North Star? I don't know. And of course his name. I might change the name. On the other ones, I think I did, there's like 2 bars with the name in the middle, so I might change it to kind of coordinate with the other stockings that I did. When I get to that point, I'll decide. But I'm feeling good. It's, you know, we are a third of the way through August, so then I have September, October, November. So I have like 4 months, half a month of December and half a month of August. So there's no reason I shouldn't get this done. That's what I'm telling you. All right, so that I think is really exciting. I don't know about you guys, but I can say, let's bring up the stocking, okay? Alrighty, then I have a couple finishes. Patriotic Quaker, Primrose Cottage. And I just kind of use my own colors. And I have this little, I think it's for a square candle, but the white wasn't showing up, so I switched to using a gold and also that lighter blue color. So it's done. I like it. But this is the one that I really, really like. Oh, and that was on a Milk and Honey 40 count by Fiber on a Whim. And then we have As the Crow Flies, Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. This was my Leanne's Legacy piece from last year. This was gifted to me by Valerie. And I chose 36 count Vintage Pecan Butter by Lakeside Linens. Oh no, I did start this last year on 8/24. So, hot off the press and fully finished. I made it into like a little, I always talk about, I have this space between 2 doors in my kitchen, and something like this fits perfectly. So I just made this cute little bag and put some faux buttons. I mean, the buttons are real, I just didn't make buttonholes. And a self fabric handle. And then I used a coordinating fabric. But this is the first time I've done this, and I will do it again because it gives it so much better structure. But I put a piece of mat board that's covered in fleece. Well, first I stuffed out the bottom with plastic bags. And then I put this piece of mat board that probably goes to about here. And it's nearly the width of the bag. And I keep seeing all these glue things falling off. So to that, I glued all the stuff that goes inside. And it really is secure. If I want to do something different, I can just lift this whole thing out. But I always struggle with, I put things in and then, if I if it's a gift or if I take the piece to show someone, then everything starts falling apart. So as you can see, this really stays together pretty good. So I just mostly would put some glue, hot glue on the stem and then glue it to that little board and back. Then after I was done, I stuffed another bag in this part. So I love it. I'm so glad that I have it done before I start my 2025 Leanne's Legacy. Yeah. So 7 years. It blows my mind. It seems like yesterday, and also it seems like a lifetime ago. I just think of how different everything about my life was 7 years ago. And I never would have imagined being on this Flosstube journey as a solo act. I would have never done it by myself. So I appreciate those who came in the beginning and those who came later, and I know it's not the same, but thank you. That's all I can say. As far as updates, we were up north for a week in July. It was hot, like really, really hot. Thank goodness. I'm trying to think. Why did I can't? Oh, I came up later because my husband was on a fishing weekend. So I'm like, why did I take a separate car? So yeah, I came up like he had been up there for a couple days, and then I came up actually on his birthday, and so we spent a week up there. It was really, really hot. It rained enough, but thank goodness he had put a room air conditioner in. Well, I have the chair, my Stitchy chair, that is not climate controlled. In winter, I'm like sweltering because it's in close proximity to the Franklin stove that we primarily use for heat. And in summer, it's like right next to the air conditioner. So there were times where I was just like freezing and, had a blanket over my lap or whatever. But I couldn't complain because outside was miserable. It was really, really hot. So, we took a day and went to our son and his girlfriend's for a cookout. So that was fun. Just walked to a neighborhood place to catch a beverage, which is fun because there's places you can just walk within a couple blocks. So, the advantage of city living, not like how it is out here where you have to drive to everything. We took the dog along, Gary the dog, because it was an outdoor place we were going to, a patio, and then on the way home, for those of you who know the Gary the dog story, and if you don't, I'm not going to tell it again, but it's probably worth finding the video that has it in. But so all of a sudden, Gary the dog's back doing his thing, and there's a poop bag, and both my son and my husband were kidding me. They're like, aren't you going to offer to carry that for Nick? And I'm like, no. And they're like, you'll do it for a stranger, but not your own son. So they gave me a hard time about that. We left on let's see, Friday morning, came back to the cabin via Stillwater, and the last time we went that route, I wanted to stop and just, maybe have breakfast or something. So this time we did do that. I looked up reviews in Yelp and found this one place that sounded really good, and we're walking a couple blocks and I'm not seeing a sign at all, and then my husband's like, I think it's that food truck there, which, it was hot, but there was shade. At least we could sit and eat. But had I known it was a food truck, it was good, but I probably would have opted for a different restaurant. So then we drove back through Amory again, and I ran into the Black Cat Stitchery and just picked up a couple flosses that I was in need of. Because I stopped at Lynn's on the way up north because I was driving by myself. So made a quick trip in there for a few things that I needed. So it's always fun. And picked up a couple more silks because I'm still not sure on Smith Sampler that I'm hitting the right color that will make me happy in the end. So it was nice to pop in there, and then we had to check out the ice cream store across the street, which was quite yummy, and then just went back to the cabin. One of the restaurants up there, we didn't go too often, but it was, a popular one, and close by, burned down like before we went up last time. So it was my husband's birthday the day we got up, and there's hardly anywhere to go. So we ended up going out for pizza, and it was good. I was trying to find him a birthday cake, and then I got this idea on the way up. I'll just stop at Norski's Nook, which is a very famous pie place, and get him like a piece of pie instead. So I get there and I'm pulling in the lot, and there's like not very many cars, and on this door it said closed at 3, and I'm just like, oh. And I was trying to, there was someone vacuuming in the foyer, and I was trying to pantomime to her. I mean, I would have paid cash and just had them keep the change if they would have just let me in, but I couldn't convince them. So then I look up bakeries in this little city, and there was one. I got there and it's like someone's house. I mean, it didn't look like a bakery, so I'm like, well, I'm not going in there. So then I found the grocery store, and I can't believe how much just commercial, not even good bakery is. When you bake, it just blows my mind. And so I picked up I don't know, a piece of turtle cheesecake and one other thing for him. I thought he could, have one day and one another. And I had a taste of each, and neither one of them were all that good, and rather expensive. So that was disappointing, but oh well. So then what else did we do? Oh, we came back and have been working on getting the yard back in shape here. At least it had rained, so most everything was still alive. But I needed to fertilize to get some blossoms going on my few potted things that I have, and the flowers that are in the ground. So I've been trying to boost that up and get that done. But the smoke both up north and here has been so bad from Canada. It's you can hardly be outside. It's really been awful. It makes me feel for the people who are actually going through the fires. I mean, I think the ones in Canada are mostly in remote areas and they just let them burn. But, when there's been fires in populated areas, I can't imagine what the air is like because, we're hundreds of miles away and it's like we have all these alert days where, they tell you not to even go outside. So we've had the air running at home now, and usually when it's, 70s, low 80s, we'll just have windows open, but we just can't. So I feel bad that, this is the time of year where I just love to get fresh air, and it's just not happening, but oh well. Then we went out for to celebrate my husband's birthday with our daughter and her family, and there's a little, well, it's not so little, but it's outside Milwaukee, Waukesha. It's a city that they have kind of a historic downtown, and on Friday nights and summers they shut the streets down and then they have bands playing outside. And so we went out for pizza first and then just walked around a little bit there. And then went home and I think we watched the end of the Brewers game. And then the next day, the grandkids came for an overnight because our daughter and son-in-law were using, I think, the gift certificate he got for Christmas last year. We always, try to find a restaurant that they like or he likes. And so they finally used that one, and then I think they went to a play afterwards. So we kept the kids, and we had grilled, and I made a bunch of salads, and we celebrated the it's the middle grandson's birthday, because his birthday had been while we were up north. So I baked him a white cake with cooked berry filling and homemade frosting my mom always made, where you use a cooked flour base, milk and flour, and then you chill that and add, other stuff to it. But it's just, I really love it, maybe because I grew up on it and I like frosting. So, but he was cute, So, and then we had told him that we were going to take him for his birthday gift so he could go and pick it out. And he needed a baseball bat. And so last night we picked up a new mattress for our daughter and son-in-law. And then after we did that, we took him and went to a local sporting goods shop and had him try out some bats, and he was, so excited. And then we had to take him out for ice cream afterwards. And I mean, he just reminds me when my daughter was little. I used to say to her, either give me the Reader's Digest version or walk with me while you're talking, because I have to move from room to room to get some things done. So he just carried the conversation almost the whole time. But, being one of four, I think he loves having some one-on-one time with, us, and it was fun. So he was thrilled, gave the 4-year-old, had his, no, he's 6 years old. Duh. There's 4 of them, but the youngest is 6 now, which seems really old. His birthday was on Monday, so we gave him his birthday gift, which he loved. And then it's we've been trying to watch the Brewers games just because they've been very exciting. We're just blown away that we have a season where things are going so well for us. So fingers crossed. And really, people need to be happy for us because we've never had Well, I can't remember the last number of years that we've even gotten into the playoffs. We've never gotten by the first round for a long time. So please cheer for our team. We saw when the kids were over, we were all in the family room, and I looked out, and there's this cute little fox like out in the flowers, just like looking at us, and I'm like, oh. So 3 out of the 4 saw it, and then he peeked out of the bushes again. So then the last kid got to see it. So, and then that night we were sitting in the same spot. A really pretty deer just came walking out, just looking around, saw us and just looked at us, and I think they're kind of used to, people. It's not like it's up north or whatever. So, okay, so I think I've covered everything that I wanted to talk about, and I don't know when I'll be recording again. You just never know. Have a few things coming up next week in addition to the Stitch Day. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Next week, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Annie Bees from Annie Bees, the design, and Flosstube, and I are going to take we both stitched this happy morning, and we didn't do a stitch along, but just kind of like both were working on it around the same time, and we both finished. So we decided we're going to take ours in and have them framed. So it'll be fun to see, like what frame she picks up versus mine, or if we decide on the same one. I kind of doubt that'll happen, but you just never know. So I can't wait. That's going to be a fun day. So, and so then that'll be a couple months. I haven't had anything framed professionally in quite a while. So, but I feel like the things that have taken me that length of time, I want to have them done right. So, like these smaller ones I can handle. It's good enough, but look at the difference. I just have it sitting here. Size-wise, it's a lot bigger. So I don't know if that would be within my skill set. So I love this. I can't wait to see it done. So I will be back before that's framed. I know that. We'll see. I don't know. I hope you're all doing well, and please continue to fill the world with love. And if you're new to the channel, please please subscribe. I'd love to do a 10,000 subscriber giveaway at some point. And the more people that subscribe, the sooner that will happen. So it would be like such a milestone that I would like to do something nice and something fun. So hang in there, right? Thank you for watching. There's so many great Flosstubers out there that I appreciate when someone takes the time to watch my channel. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And I hope you're all doing well. Toodles!